left over from the holidays? Did anybody spill that cranberry juice on your carpet or on your sofa? Or how about that gravy that went on the dining room chair that had fabric? You know what I mean? Well, guess what? We're going to bring in Scott Hine because we've got the Bissell. This one is called the Revolution ProHeat. First of all, ProHeat Revolution 2 times Pet Pro Deluxe Upright Deep Carpet Cleaner. It's a very, very long name. If purchased separately, it'd be $373. Here at QVC, almost $100 less, $278.99 or 5 payments of $55.80. This too comes just like everything with a 30-day return policy. So if you think about it, now, have you been anywhere to see what it would cost to rent a carpet cleaner? Because if you rent a carpet cleaner, it can cost you this much or more, and then they'll make you pay extra for the formulas. And oh, by the way, you got to pick it up by 8 a.m. in the morning because you got to have it back by 5 p.m. in the evening, same day. You mean you got to do it all in one day? Not with this. You can do it whenever you want to. You can do it at 3 o'clock in the morning if you can't sleep, if you want to. We're going to bring in Scott because Scott's going to walk us through this. You get a lot of parts. I don't want you to think, though, it's complicated because it really isn't. Scott Hine, come on in. Bissell. I love the Bissell.
And you should, and I do too. And it's not just because I represent it. You know, the highest compliment I can pay this machine, Mary Beth, is Bissell is an incredibly awesome company to represent. They're so generous and so good to me. I can have any cleaner I want. They send me samples, whatever I want to do. This is the one I use in my own home. It is, I have the pick of the litter, and this to me is the pick because it does everything. In the name, ProHeat, it's got a HeatWave technology, keeps the water warm. Revolutionary, it's got thousands of revolutions per minute with the 2 times brush roll. That's the 2X. Pro results, so you're getting professional results. Everything about this is full deep cleaning. And so as we spend time coming up here inside in these cold winter months, we start looking around at the carpets and think, they don't look as good as they used to. Well, you have one of these and you'll bring them right back to life, Mary Beth.
So first of all, let's just talk a little bit about what all comes with this. Obviously, here is the upright unit itself. It will come so that, like when I mentioned about gravy on that dining room chair with which has fabric, you'll be able to do some of those smaller areas, etc., like handheld areas. So you're not just doing carpet, you're doing upholstery as well.
Yeah, you could take this out and do your car. You could clean if you have an RV, if you have anywhere you want to go. Because of the 8-foot hose that comes with it, all the attachments, you can do your stairs. Yeah. You can do everything, your couches. You know, it's one of these things that it truly is. If it's any surface that can be cleaned with a carpet cleaner, this can do it. And it really is. There's that the pet attachment, solid pet stains. I can't really show that on television, but you can imagine if a pet has an accident or a problem, there's 2 types of stains. That'll take both of them up. It comes in a storage pouch. It is fully featured, the most fully featured machine we offer right now on QVC by far, in a way. It simply does the job. And there's a reason why you want it. If you look here at this carpet, okay, this right here, this right here is the Bissell Pet Hair Eraser Vacuum. It is the vacuum I use in my own home. I utterly love it. Fabulous, fabulous machine. You can see I've already vacuumed here on this carpet, right? Right. Well, that's fine, but the problem, I will be the first one to tell you, Bissell will be the first one to tell you that that's only half the battle. So what I'm going to do now is I want you to think of this as a washer and dryer for your carpet. So I'm going to just take some passes up and back. And what will happen is, give me a second here, folks. Let's do that again. I just have to change the setting quick. Sorry about that. I had it on express clean. Now we're going to put it on full clean. My bad. Sorry about that. It's okay. Now we're going to come back. We're going to take a couple of passes. And this is a fully vacuumed carpet in my house. So I'm going to take 2 more passes. And then what I'm going to do is dump what I cleaned up into a bowl. And I want you to see the difference of vacuuming and deep cleaning. So here we go. All of that water, good. There's a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. Oh, wow. Mary Beth. And just a couple of passes, I want you to see what I empty out there. Wow. And you saw this. This is clean on top, right? Right. Well, that's the hidden dirt. That's the dirt you don't see right there That's what's in your carpet. That's what you don't want your family playing on, your pets playing on.
Yeah.
That's the Bissell difference.
That's the stuff that makes it smell. That's the stuff that, you know, you don't necessarily see, or maybe you do see. You know, that's the other thing is sometimes your carpet, you've had it so long you don't even remember what color it was supposed to be, you know, and
Yeah.
until you move a piece of furniture that you haven't moved in ages and you're like, whoa, that was so much lighter back then, you know what I mean? And so to clean it makes all the difference in the world. It looked to me like it was about as easy to move as a vacuum is.
Yeah, so if you look at it right there, as we come down, you'll see there's extra large wheels at the bottom.
yeah.
Those allow it to maneuver. Yeah, so it is a full upright.
Yeah.
So there's not a ton of weight, but a little bit. But those extra, that's a great observation, Mary Beth. Those oversized wheels make it much, much easier to maneuver around the carpet. You've got that clean shot technology right there, little fluorescent green button right by your right hand, right there. If you hit that with your foot, that sends a stream out that green nozzle that's right in front of the camera front there. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a pre-treater, so you can pre-treat with that. This is so fully featured, Mary Beth. I have an hour show tonight, and it's going to take me the entire hour on this to show everything that it does.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, let me just ask, we were talking about this, and you can actually pull this up. So what can I clean this extra area here once I've actually used it and all?
Yeah, you absolutely can. So if we come back here, I'll show you exactly how to do that. You flip it up like you said, okay, and then all you do is you pull this up like this. So this base plate is removable, like you just said, and it's super simple. Then it goes back up. But what I really like about it too is you can actually push these buttons down, and this base plate comes off as well.
Wow.
So if you get pet hair in there, whatever it might be, rinse it out in the sink, and you're good to go. And then it just goes right back in. It's super simple. Super easy. And again, you're now every time, and the tray it comes with is a rinse tray. So you can clean it inside that tray. So now you know every time you're cleaning with a clean machine. You're not using yesterday's messes to clean today's problem.
You know what? Let me show you that real quick and before you do your next demo. And that is this right here. And when you see it, it says rinse and storage tray. And so, like you say, you can set that right on here and rinse that roller if you need to. You see where it says rinse and storage tray? Right there. So that comes with it too. All right, let's go back to more demos. I love to see you clean up dirt.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing here is you've got stains that no vacuum in the world will clean up. So you saw when I was in my living room that the problem was dirt's fine, pet hair's fine. We can get those with a vacuum cleaner. We can't get those, but we can't get these kind of spills with a vacuum cleaner.
No.
We need a Bissell deep cleaner, and that's exactly what we have here. So we'll turn this on, same thing as before, and we'll just start taking passes, and you see how there's the soda. There's the cranberry juice coming up. You see the orange juice right here coming up through. And now we'll get to the milk, and you'll see the milk coming right up through. There is no other vacuum that can do this, because if you try and suck up orange juice or milk with a regular vacuum cleaner, you might as well go get yourself a new vacuum cleaner because you just destroyed the motor. So same thing here. See how it's cleaning that all up?
Yeah.
And look at that. Now we've just taken all of those stains. And, you know, I hope you never spill this much on your carpet. But if you do, you have no worries because this will clean up. You've got a 1-gallon tank and you're good to go. And then all that does is, and I'll take it out here, this is the dirty water tank. All right, we'll clean that up. We'll unhook this. And here's the proof it's working for you. That's the milk. That's the soda. That's the orange juice. All those nasty things that we just cleaned up.
Wow. You know what else I wanted to ask you is that one thing that's nice is that this is really powerful. And so as it's like you can make a couple passes because when you're actually pulling the trigger, as you're pulling backwards. And the whole thing is like vacuuming, you're pushing forwards. When you're cleaning the carpet with Bissell, you're really wanting to pull backwards. So it's like start here, work your way this way. But I was going to say, and talk to me a little bit about that. When should I pull the trigger and let the cleaning fluids into the carpet? And should I make 1 or 2 or 3 passes to get as much liquid back out of the carpet?
Great question. And so I think the easiest way to answer that is what I was saying before. Think of it as a washer and dryer, okay,
Yeah.
for your carpet. So, Mary Beth, if you have some really dirty things, let's say your husband or when your son was over helping out, you know, doing some projects around the house and got their clothes muddy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put the muddy clothes into the quick wash setting of your washer and dryer, right?
No.
You would do it on the full setting, right? Well, that's the same thing here. If you have a super dirty carpet, then you have a carpet that hasn't been cleaned in a very long time, then take a pass or a two. Obviously, the more solution you put down, the more agitation you get, the cleaner your carpets will get. But if you have a quick spill that just happened a couple minutes ago, then you don't need as much. So it's really a matter of just adjusting, and the Bissell ProHeat can adjust with you because it's got that ability with the dual brush roll system, the 2 different settings, deep clean and quick clean. It has all those features like a washer and dryer would have. So now you can adjust it to your carpet cleaning needs.
What about rugs? Now you're on a rug right there. So can I use this obviously on polyester or polypropylene rugs? No problem. With wool, should I be careful?
Well, you should test for color fastness. That's what I would do. An extraordinarily high percentage of rugs and area rugs that we have, at least the ones in my house, you have no worries. Now, there are very, very, very expensive, you know, rugs from the Far East that I would probably be careful with. I don't personally have those.
Right, I don't either.
And for those of you that might, for those of you who do, I would just definitely check for color fastness or check with the manufacturer. But for example, Royal Palace rugs like this, you know, the Moskowitz family recommends Bissell by name for their rugs.
They do.
So maybe you got a Royal Palace rug 4 years ago, and it just doesn't look as good as it used to. Well, you certainly don't want to throw it out because you spent the money on it.
Right.
Well, no problem. You just run the Bissell over it. So it's the same thing where it's going to bring that carpet back to life. So as I go up, I'm applying solution. The brush rolls are scrubbing. And then as I start coming back, it's going to remove that dirt. So you see how that dirt starts coming up. And then you can see how it's bringing that carpet back to life. Turns out it's not a light brown. It turns out it's an ivory color.
Wow.
But you know the way it works, Mary Beth, is spills and like dirt and grime doesn't build up over days and weeks. It builds up over months and years. And all of a sudden, your carpets just don't look as nice.
Yeah.
Well, they will once you treat them with the Bissell ProHeat. You'll bring them back to life. They'll look better, they'll feel better, and they'll smell better.
Isn't that amazing? Truly. Now here's a couple, something else I thought of. Approximately how much time will it take for it to dry?
So here's the little pro tip that I use. We say to be safe 2 to 4 hours. But what I do is when I'm doing a room, like if I'm doing my bedroom, I know, okay, we want to go to bed that night. I'll deep clean it up and back with the trigger because I really want the bedroom clean because it makes the carpet fluffy. You know, you walk on your bare feet and you like fluffy carpet, right?
Yeah.
But then the more solution you put down, right, the damper it'll be. What I do is I go back over it a second time without pulling the trigger. That's going to extract even more of the solution and helps it dry a lot quicker.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that one. And also, a lot of it has to do with the density of the rug too. Is there any kind of carpet that, like, I'm just thinking, you know how there's different kinds of carpets. There's low pile, there's medium pile, there's high pile, there's, you know, the Berber type things. Any
shag, sure.
Yeah, what would you recommend on all of those?
This one, and I will tell you why, because we do have other machines that are smaller ones, smaller uprights, that will struggle with shag carpet. This won't. This is why you'll pay a couple extra bucks for this one, but it's worth it because it's the most fully featured. And you've got the dual brush roll, you've got the extra power, the 2 times power, the 2 times suction, all of that. That's the kind of thing that you can really, truly, Mary Beth, use on any carpet in your home. I think that's so important. I think that's such a good question because if you are going to consider this purchase, like I said, it's a few more dollars than some of our other Bissells.
Yeah.
It's very important to understand why you're spending that extra money, and it's for a very good reason, because this is your whole home carpet cleaner.
And speaking of money, this should cost you $378 for all of this. You're getting it almost $100 less. And plus you've got the easy pay, which makes it a little bit easier, of course. And you're getting free shipping and handling, which, by the way, is saving you $20.72. You can put it on the 5 5 easy monthly payments if you want to. Here's another quick question. Let's go back to the heat part of it. When it's called the ProHeat, the HeatWave type of thing, does that all go back to what kind of temperature